Welcome back to my channel, the long awaited story time. Personally, I have also been waiting for my own story time. All right, going straight to the point. Once upon a time, as a cosmetic formulator, I have products, and having products is one thing, and having audience for that product is another thing. Because you formulate, or rather, I would use myself. I formulating a good product, using it for myself, selling to some few customers might not be good enough for me to be okay with the fact that I have a good product. Obviously, as a business person, as an entrepreneur, you want your brand to keep moving forward, very, very forward, if you know what I'm trying to say to you. So, speaking with family and friends, obviously, and there was this popular saying, or there is this popular saying, that if Mohammed cannot go to the mountain will come to Mohammed. So, of course, I needed to stand up and go and meet prospective clients or prospective partners, because there's something again about business that people don't understand, or rather I would like to say people have understood nowadays, is the fact that collaboration works. Collaboration is very, very good. I've seen really, really big influencers on this platform doing collaboration with a lot of brands, and both parties benefit from it, especially with the makeup brands. Yeah, they do. I've seen a lot of collaboration with Jackie Hill, Jeffree Star, all those big, now, YouTubers, celebrities here on YouTube, yeah, and this collaboration works fine. So I was thinking towards that direction too, low key in my own zone, that kind of thing, and so I started moving about, and that was it. I first started with hotels, to source for hotel supplies, which I got one or two hotels, even though it was not a direct contract that was given to me. It was more of a third party kind of contract. It was given to someone and I was being subcontracted, something like that. She understands. So it was not really my job direct, but at least it was something, right? So being the fact that hotel supplies is not something that is steady, when you supply like quite a number for them, it takes a while before they call you. And guys, I cannot sit down, get one hit, spend all the money, become broke again before I get another hit. That's, for me, that's not business. It doesn't make sense, right? As an entrepreneur, you want these things to keep moving. You want to like keep going back. See, it's not even about the gain. It's not about, that's why I sell my products in moderation. I always tell people, or I always advertise it, that my products are affordable. But it's so unfortunate that sometimes when you tell people that products are affordable, they might think it's a low quality product. No. Like right now, currently, I have gone on that journey with you guys. I have the vlog there as I'm trying to rebrand, repackage, and all of that. And there's something again I noticed: rebranding and repackaging. It's expensive. Yes, it's expensive. Like, there was even one package that I gave them to make for me, and honestly those packages came out bad. Now that's my loss. I had to now start all over. I had to go and pay another person. We had to start all over again because that thing was not neat enough to do. And unfortunately, I can't be there to go through the processes with them. Exactly. So as I was saying, I started with hotel supplies. Okay, but then I can't sit there and just rely, although I have clients outside, aside from all of those things. But like I said earlier, you want your business to grow. You can't stay stagnant. You can't be satisfied with just 3 customers. You want more. Yeah, I cannot fend for the whole of Nigeria or for the whole of the world, but at least I want more and more customers. That's the truth. So I decided to step into another side of beauty, and that's like spa. Yeah. Okay, I'm actually based in Port Harcourt. I'm a Nigerian Port Harcourt based YouTuber. So I now decided to move around to beauty places, spa, beauty parlors, like that. So the first one I approached, it was a new place, very, very new indeed. They were even still under some few renovations. And the lady I saw was like, I think she was a secretary or something like that. She now said she was going to speak to them. So, and now meanwhile, I didn't even state, I have a business profile that wherever I go to, I would hand it over to spa or whatever. Most times you don't necessarily have the opportunity to meet the manager or whoever is in charge. So most of the time I drop something like this. And now the reason why I started dropping a profile, a company profile, let me show you, is because I noticed dropping complimentary cards or flyers doesn't really cut through. You understand? It doesn't. So this is my this is a brief profile of what I do. It had to do with the body creams. Yeah, I just selected some few. This is soap, and then this is hair shampoo. This is leave-in hair conditioner, because I deal on both skincare and hair care products. So I incorporated everything. I tried my best at least to put more what I did in a little profile here, because as I said earlier, I noticed that getting to meet the authority there in charge can be very, very difficult. Yes, especially when you're coming there to look for a job, because I think this is looking for a job. So I love to drop something like this. At least for me, this will struck a chord more than if you drop a complimentary card. It could be carelessly swept and sworn into the trash, or all these flyers. So I drop something like this so that at least you can have a profile of what I do. So when I went to these places, I think I dropped them company profiles. So the first place, as I told you earlier, was on construction. Like, okay, sorry, was still under construction, but they were already working. Yeah, they were still just finishing touches like that. So I went to the second place. The second place was for me, was where I was just weak. I won't even lie to you, I didn't even drop my company profile there. I just dropped my complimentary card there, because when I went in there, nobody needed to tell me that, Asma, you're not needed here. Now it's a place where it's meant for, like, I would use the word, I would just call it what it is. I'm not trying to condemn anybody, I'm not trying to jinx anybody's business, but it's a place for whitening the skin. You know what I'm trying to say to you, bleaching the skin. So I even saw an influencer on Instagram marketing that place for those people, and looking at her of recent, this is someone that, this was someone that used to have a very nice skin, which I'm not saying she doesn't have now, but number one, she has become unnecessarily light. All her hands now, knuckles. When she's even talking now, she's high. You could just see she's trying to. In fact, there was even one post that she was advertising the brand. I noticed on the comment section, people were telling her, "Ah, sister, this your knuckles, or they are black. This cream that you're using, or they are giving you dark knuckles, or they made you so fair." So people were like, "Ah, no wonder of recent we noticed that you're really, really light and all that." So now that was the kind of brand that those people were. So when I got in there, I just knew that, these are not my niche, these are not my people. Sure, you understand? But I don't enter this, I don't enter. Let me speak in English here. So I just dropped my complimentary card, and it's so sad that majority of people that you approach with your product, the first thing that comes to their mind is, we don't bleach. Like, okay, we don't do organic. That's the word. Let me just tell you. Now, organic has been abused. It has been abused to a point where people don't even know what organic means. Let me digress a little bit. Now, organic are of two types. We have organic in plants and we have organic in animals. Or rather, they are of three types. Let me see. We have in plants, in animals, and then we have the organic in the organic compound in chemistry. Do you understand? Like, if you did chemistry maybe in your O level, that's your secondary school, there is something called the periodic table. Now the compounds there are natural, like they are God made, and that is why we call them organic, because anything that you label as organic means that it does not have any unnecessary and toxic substance attached to it. Yes, let me still come back. I don't want to be scattered everywhere. We'll talk of organic plants. We're talking of plants where you plant them from the inception of the planting. There are no fertilizers. It is relying basically on just the natural nutrients from the soil, obviously, and then the rain, the sunlight, normal process, without any addition of artificial fertilizer. Now that is where we call a plant organic. Now, speaking about animals, now these same animals will not be fed with any of these feeds or any of these animal foods that you go to the shop and buy. Rather, they will be fed with plants. They'll be fed with food from plants that were groomed organically. That's without any fertilizer or anything. Just allow it. It's just like here in Africa, we have agric fowl. Those ones now, they eat all this hybrid food, and then we have local chicken, fowl. Those ones now, they just eat local food around or something like that. So basically, you will now see even in their sizes, the agric one, the hybrid one will be so big, while the local breed will be just small, whatever. So that's the same thing with organic in animals and in plants. They just rely on what the natural nutrients, no artificial added. Then the other, organic chemistry. Now that one I'll add chemistry in it, but you know, we'll talk about organic fertilizer. That's why at first I told you two, but later on I had to add the third one, which is not organic in the sense of plant or animal, it is in the sense of chemicals. Do you understand? It is the sense of chemistry. So when people see me and they say, are you doing organic? Like, of course I'm doing organic in the real sense of word. Like, there are ingredients that I use. Okay, let me just give you a quick example with my handmade soap. Let me get it. Now, this is my handmade soap. Yeah, this soap is activated charcoal, and these are my ingredients. I have the sunflower oil, which I cannot categorically say the sunflower oil is organic because I wasn't there when the sunflower was planted. Yeah, which of course, sunflower planted for commercial purposes will definitely be hybrid, right? We have water, which water, people don't even realize that water itself is also a chemical. Yes, it's the combination of hydrogen and oxygen, which are the combination of the organic chemistry that I'm talking about. So you understand? And then we have the palm kernel oil, which I still can't vouch for the production that it's organic. So that is where the talk of natural comes in. You understand? So people say that it's natural. Now the same foods that are being planted, cultivated, kind of, yeah, and harvested without any use of any chemical fertilizer or anything, rather just not even, it's even stretched to the fact that when you're even dealing with organic plants, the dumplings, in case you want to just boost the soil a little bit with all these dumplings of animals, the dumplings of those animals too are animals that are feeding on that organic plant. So are you seeing how pure? And that's why you see anything organic, like genuine organic or not abused organic, is super duper expensive because it takes a whole lot, you get. So that is where natural was giving birth to. If that thing is not organic, then it is breeded naturally, something like that. In those lines, that was how natural came to place. You understand? So we talk of organic, we talk of natural, we also have inorganic by the side. Yes, which, let's keep going. Now we have the activated charcoal, we have the sodium hydroxide. Now you see this activated charcoal, it's actually from plants. Like, this is it. Your normal charcoal, like firewood, now obviously will be burnt into charcoal, but the difference now with the activated charcoal and the normal charcoal is that the normal charcoal is burnt under the presence of oxygen, while the one for activated charcoal is in the absence of oxygen. So it's being burnt, not allowing oxygen in the combustion process, in the burning process. Yes, something on that line. And then we have the citric acid, we have the titanium dioxide. All these are the ingredients in this my handmade. So now you could see I listed them. I'll say majority of the ingredients will say they come from a natural source. The reason why we call whatever we call natural is the fact that despite the fact you add any fertilizer in it, it's still coming from a natural source. From the ground, you put it down there, it cultivates on the ground, grows, and then you only just to boost it. So rather, it's still a natural kind of thing. The only thing that you as a human being just boosted it to give it a more bigger or a more lumptious kind of feel. So enough of that. I hope I spoke a little bit, or probably I will do a separate video. I even have one video but not well detailed, but I could do a separate video talking about natural, organic, and also inorganic again. Okay, so and now left that place I told you when I entered there, everything was white t-shirts. That is the abused organic, but that is what. But it's so unfortunate that some people don't know, or some people do know. So when I entered the third place, all in the same day I did this movement. When I entered the third place, that one was also a spa. As soon as I got in there, the first thing one of the estheticians said was that they don't do organic, and I'm like, how would you say you don't do organic? She was like, all they deal with is pharmaceutical products that are made with pharmaceutical ingredients, something like that, those lines. And I was like, okay, yeah, I understand you, but last these pharmaceutical ingredients, they still came from somewhere. Yes, your cocoa betaine or your cocoa glucoside did not just wake up, boom, and then it's in your formula. It came from somewhere, and most of them came from plants before they were being hybrided, and then they were being graded to cosmetic grades or whatever, or pharmaceutical cosmetic grades. And then, so at the end of the day, she didn't realize that I was talking about the same thing, but I had to tell her I don't do organic. Do you understand? Like, I don't do your abused organic. You get, but I still do organic. If you know what I'm trying to say to you. Like, I remember when I gave I issued some certificates to my students when they completed their hair course, and on the certificate is read organic. So, like when I gave my students their certificate, this is one of the sample. of the certificate. Let me read it. It is the signature natural certificate of completion. This is to satisfy that, now coming down here, has successfully attended and fully participated in the organic formulations and hair care analysis. He or she is qualified to render services as a hair therapist. Now, the moment they saw the organic, they were like, organic. I was like, yeah. The surfactants you were playing with, your EDTA, your preservatives, they are all part of the organic and even inorganic compounds and ingredients for the formulation of cosmetics. But it's so unfortunate that we here in Nigeria, I don't know about other countries, I'm speaking for us here in Nigeria, we have abused that concept organic. Once people just hear organic, they assume there is all this bleaching, all this mix of steroids, hydroquinone, mercury, like unknown mix whitening, you know, all those overdosed kind of thing. But thanks to social media, for using our platform, I'm trying to use my platform well to tell you that is not what it is. It has been abused, it has been downgraded. So, of all the places I've visited, to cut the long story short, none of them reached out to me again. Like, it is what it is. But then that doesn't mean that I give up. I'll still move about. So now the elections in Nigeria is over, and we'll see how the economy now will look like, because it has been hectic. When I mean hectic, it has been really, really bad. Like, honestly, I don't know if we can get worse than this again. It's been bad. There's fuel scarcity, but it's better now. Then currently what we're battling with now is currency scarcity. Imagine in my country, Nigeria, I am buying currency. Like, I am buying the Nigerian currency with Nigerian currency. This is what I mean. If you're withdrawing 10,000 naira, you'll be charged 4,000 naira. So you're withdrawing 10,000 naira, you're giving 6,000 naira. So you're buying money with your money. I don't know if I'm trying to say to you. Like, for days now, a lot of people don't have physical cash. The one I have is just small. The way I've been pinching it in, like, physical cash is an issue. Everything you're buying, you have to use your POS, and the POS sometimes can just go haywire. Like, they could just go cut off. Like 2 weeks ago, my bank that I use was not even functioning. Like, my ATM card was not. So it's been really bad. But we just pray now that the elections are over, because we had a change in currency, and I wonder if this is the first time we're changing currency in Nigeria, that it became so hectic. We had a change in currency. There was back and forth. There were deadlines. There were this and that. At the end of the day, they now said, okay, the old currency, they now increased the time limit, and even some people are not even obeying it. See, it's a whole lot. Forget that you see us in front of this camera, we're smiling and suffering. As it's not funny, I swear. Like, for a while, I've not been able to load my phone with data. It's been mad because the networks are down. Everything, when you go to the bank, it's like you're in a market square, like you're in a marketplace. The crowd, like, just wherever you are, just pray for us in Nigeria. But the elections now are over. It just finished. When was it? I don't know if there's still going to be re-election in some places, because they said it cancelled. See, I don't like talking about our politics here in Nigeria, but the truth is, I'm just talking about what is happening to we, the masses in the country. It's not been funny. I don't want to bore you with Nigerian wahala, but just the truth is that it has not been funny. But then right now it's over, so hopefully things will pick up from where we left them before the election, and we pray that picking up, it will come up for good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for coming back to watch my video. I hope my story time was worth it. Did I keep you entertained? So please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my video, share my video if you're new here. My name is Asma Zakari, and I am so grateful. I hope to leave all of you in the best of health. Bye.